For me, I think the most important thing to understand about social media is amplification. Everything gets amplified, be it the positives or the negatives. And when you look at today's media ecosystem, it's no longer a 24-hour cycle. Once upon a time, you had to wait for NTA or your regular radio newspapers to come out every day, NTA every 9 p.m., 7 p.m., and things like that. Now the news cycle is every minute, every second, every hour. So what that brings with it, and coupled with the fact that it's also amplified beyond, whatever normal circles that you normally have kept your news within, it comes with it a lot of issues. So I'll give two examples, and I'll use the Nigerian example the Nigerian Super Eagles example that you just brought on now, and I'll also give another example, which happened a couple of years ago. The Nigerian Super Eagles, they were having that issue. And whilst that was going on, someone came online, the captain of the Libyan national team, and put out a statement saying they had been treated the same way when they came to Nigeria for their match. And all of a sudden, you had a section of Nigerians who started to talk negatively about the country, regardless of the fact that their fellow citizens were in a dire situation in a foreign country, without food, without shelter, without any protection of any sort, in a sort of semi-kidnap situation, and that also blew up. Before 12 noon yesterday, which is when it happened, we started to see a lot of Nigerians moving to have those negative sentiments about our country. That is the power of social media. The negatives get amplified. The positives, just like the players that put it up out there, also got amplified. Now, let me take you back a couple of years ago. We had an unfortunate attack on a train in Nigeria. And you had people who were calling out for help from that train because of the negative sentiments and the ethno-religious issues that were happening in the country around that time. You also had a lot of flare-ups online. What did we have? You had people laughing and, calling out the person who was calling for help on that train. And everyone, or most people, ignored the cries for help until it was very clear that something had happened. That was, a national disaster for Nigeria. So social media, excellent tool. It's used by a lot of young people. It's opened up new businesses, opened up new vistas of opportunities for people out there. It's helped those of us in government communicate better with people. It's helped people, give feedback to their government. But at the same time, there's a reason why countries that we say are more developed, even though that's arguable, have put in some sort of measures to contain free speech. There's this saying that, there's freedom of speech, but there are limitations to every freedoms that are guaranteed by, in the Constitution. And that's why we have laws. So I don't think we should be having a conversation as to, should we curtail the use of social media? No. But we should be able to guide and limit people within certain, boundaries as to the best use of social media.
All right.
And I think that's it.
Expand really